This is for Gayle King. This is a documentary about being black in Baltimore, 2019. I came to Baltimore in 1991, straight out the Illinois Department of Corrections. I came here behind the war on drugs. State of Illinois versus Dwayne Davis, N62528. I'm a prisoner. I'm an inmate. The illegal war on drugs is a war on the black community. Like I said, Illinois versus Dwayne Davis, 1986. Alright, I turned in guns and drugs to the police to end the war on drugs, to stop the violence and the murder and the killing in our communities, because I was a part of it. I was doing a documentary and y'all keep locking me up about it because there's too much money involved in it. Just like the Khalif Browder story. No, long before Khalif Browder came through, long before the new face of old Jim Crow came through, long before the 13th Amendment came through, I was doing this movie. Started in '86. It's the Shorty program, self-help organization for the redevelopment and re-education of the young. I started using toilets in 2006 when my son was killed in Chicago. Because that violence is nationwide. It ain't just in Baltimore, it's everywhere. So how we gonna unfold the story? Y'all got Mayor Pugh under investigation. Well, it ain't Mayor Pugh, it's 52. It's 52 more politicians and media. It's 52 people involved because, like I said, I was doing a documentary. It's about black on black racism. It's about black people carrying out a white agenda, white supremacy, the haves and the have-nots. Remember Martin Luther King, letters from a Birmingham jail? So let's tell this story. Let's tell this truth. You go to Jane Miller. Jane Miller had this ever since the beginning. Jane Miller, Christian Schaefer, Karen Parks. These TV stations have been hiding this since the beginning because they get a lot of money to keep this racism going. You got WBL talking about the good in the hood and the community. No, I've been doing this for 22 years since I started Shorty's Underground Ribs. It's the Underground Railroad. You can go to Governor Hogan. Governor Hogan been knowing about this since I ran against Governor Hogan in Boyd, Rutherford. In Southern Maryland, we had a debate in Southern Maryland. I wore a hoodie to the debate, and y'all didn't want to let me in the back room. No, I'm a registered black Republican. I'm a registered radical Republican, and I was on the ballot. Y'all took us off the ballot. You used your powers to take us off the ballot. You did it. It's Michael Nearham. Like I said, we're going to tie the two cities together. I was locked up in the state of Maryland in 2007. I went home on vacation. I came back on probation. I went to file a $2.5 billion class action lawsuit about the war on drugs from the '86 case. I turned in guns and drugs to show the violence, to show the power of the guns and the drugs, but you didn't want to hear it. Now, I gave Scott Schellenberger everything because I owned a business out in Baltimore County. I owned a business out in Baltimore County, a black-owned business and a predominantly white community. You feel me? And you knowingly lied to the grand jury. You destroyed evidence. You are no different than the Duke Lacrosse NAFON. And I told you that. But y'all's political parties are tied to the prison industry, so you've been protecting Schellenberger. Schellenberger and Pugh is your two weakest links. Schellenberger gonna go to jail one way or the other. You feel me? Because like I said, the movie coming out, and it's about Scott Schellenberger. That toilet I left in Towson was about Scott Schellenberger. It was about Mayor Stephanie Rawlins Blake. It was about the Democratic Party. It's about Congressman Cummings. You feel me? It's about Moxley and Waukegan. Y'all want us to be mad at Donald Trump? No, he's just the clown in the circus. Go directly to President Obama. On May the 8th, 2008, President Obama asked for an investigation. He was Senator Obama. Senator Kirk refuses to do it. All the Illinois delegates refuse to do it. Durbin. You feel me? Because if you do that investigation that President Obama asked for, then you're going to have to address racism in the courts. You're going to have to address racism. It's the criminalization of poverty. And y'all taxing me every way that y'all can. You feel me? Chief Justice Roberts has my information. I asked for a federal investigation. Chief Justice Roberts told me to file a writ of certiorari, and I'm going to file a writ of certiorari. I'm going to get the University of Baltimore and the University of Maryland law schools to write me a writ of certiorari because I'm an indigent. I'm homeless. I don't have money to approach the Supreme Court. I'm an indigent. I'm homeless. Under Wainwright, you can't deny me access to the courts. Under Dred Scott, I got a right to represent myself. Under Dred Scott, we're going to see if blacks have any rights in which white America respects. That's the Department of Justice. That's Johnny Oleski asking the Department of Justice to investigate my case. All right? Read it and weep. That's the Department of Justice, because I sent it to them before I sent it to Johnny Oleski. I put the cart ahead of the horse, and the Department of Justice been sitting on this. Marilyn Mosby been sitting on this. That's the President Obama in 2014. Brian Frost has been sitting on this. That's 2016. Brian Frost was a senator when I testified in front of the Judiciary Committee about the criminalization of poverty, about the war on drugs. Eric Holder had this from 2014. The New York Times has this. Ronald Davis has this. Gayle King has this. And President Donald Trump got this. You feel me? Donald Trump got all of this. You feel me? So as President of the United States, and as President of the United States, welcome to the shit show. We're going to talk about race and racism. Because like I said, Donald Trump got this August the 5th. And he got the second half on July the 29th. That's Congressman Cummings. I had a meeting with you on the 13th of received. All right. Had a meeting with you on the 13th of August. All right. Had a meeting with Congressman Cummings on the 13th of August. All right. Y'all had that. I got to meet with Congressman Cummings again every 6 weeks. I want to testify in front of the House Judiciary Committee about the war on drugs. I want to testify in front of the House Judiciary Committee about my kidnapping. I'm not Khalif Browder. I'm Shorty. I was making a documentary about the prison industry, mass incarceration. I was making a movie and a documentary about the shit that's coming out of his mouth. The shootings, our civil rights. America's safety is at risk. No, you're using that same regurgitated shit to use the fear to incarcerate black America. No more games. We're going to see the voodoo that I do. You feel me? Getting ready to sell this. Netflix, YouTube. I'm going to sell it to whoever want to buy it. Because it's a movie about our rights. And our rights to make. Our right to make laws that work for us instead of against us. It's a movie. It's going to be called Baltimore Rewired. I got 13 movies. And everything is in Mosby's hands. I got 13 movies and I don't have to change nobody's names. When I say Congressman Cummings, when I say Rutherford Boyd Rutherford, when I say Mary Pugh, when I say Jack Young, I can say it with confidence. Like I said, we potty trained politicians. We're going to talk about the voices going on inside of his head. You gonna feel me? The voices in his head. Because this is all the things that came out of his head. You feel me? I'm going to be doing art shows, traveling art shows with just the talking head. I'm going to pull his head out. And when I pull his head out, we're going to see the voices inside of his head. You feel me? We're going to see what makes him tick. We're going to see what makes America great again. I'm going to show you what makes America hate again. All right? So like I said, this is a movie and a documentary. President Trump got to protect my rights. Obama asked for an investigation. I'm a whistleblower. You have evidence of knowledge of corruption, racism in Baltimore City and Baltimore County. You asked for the evidence, you got it. He asked for an investigation, you got it. You got it. So let's see what you're going to do. Don't let them kill me. I want to live to see the premiere. I want to see the opening day. I want to see the opening credits. And I want y'all to pay my ticket off.